Okay guys, we've got a bunch of products here at First Man. We've got our men's lifestyle supplement, which is everything that a man needs on a daily basis. We've got our natural diuretic supplement, Defined, which allows you to get an angular face, removes all the water, especially good for summer. We've got our Male Advantage book, which is a paperback. You can order this, or you can get this in audiobook format or ebook format. We've got our Better Looking Man course, which I'll bring up pictures on screen now. And we've got my personal diet plan and fitness plan in ebook format. On top of this, guys, we've got a body wash coming out soon, part of the testosterone friendly range. We've got men's boxers and a whole clothing line coming out soon. A whole bunch of products, but for now, let's get back to the video that you actually wanted to watch. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I want to talk about youthful arrogance, which is, it's a great thing, we all had it, whatever, but here's the key point, okay? When you're young, you've not experienced anything, really. Like, everybody has different levels to that, but you've not really experienced a lot, so you don't have any evidence to go on. So what are you basing your arguments off, okay? And always be self-aware of that. Always be thinking to yourself, like, it's like, for example, when I say something in a video and I have an 18-year-old disagreeing with me, and I'm like, but I've experienced it, I've lived it. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying there's a very high chance you're wrong because I've lived it. I'm 11 years ahead of you. I've had a lot more experience in that area. And that's like, you see these guys on TikTok, for example, and they're pickup artists or whatnot, or they're like, I saw a guy the other day, I think he's a black Australian guy, or he's a black English guy living in Australia or something like that, right? You probably know who he is. I got nothing against him, but I saw him making a video and this woman asked him a question like, if I'm a woman in a bar, how would you approach me? And he's like, well, first of all, I need to break that. It's like, buddy, you're like 21 years old, right? Here's how you approach women. You have a couple drinks, she's had a couple drinks, you're in a club, music's playing, you're young, you go up to her and you just, hey, what's your name? Like, it's just like, it's not, there's no game there, right? If it's a 32-year-old man and he goes up to a 25-year-old woman and starts having a chat with her in the workplace or at the gym, engages in a real decent conversation, has a chat for like 10 minutes, gets her number, I'll take that guy's advice, okay? But I'm not going to listen to some like 21-year-old who's like, I've slept with 100 women. It's like, trust me, we all have. It was easy. You went to like a club when you were 21, there were fucking women everywhere, they were drunk off their tits, you were drunk, your confidence levels went up because you were drunk. Like, it's not, do you know what I mean? It's like you're basing it on nothing. You're basing it, you've got no evidence. I've got like 11, 10 years on you, whatever. Like, I'll tell you a lot more than you know, okay? And there's guys 10, 20 years older than me that are like, look, I've done everything you've done, I'm more successful than you, I've had a family, I've been through this, you've lost one parent, I've lost both, I can tell you this and this. It's like they just know more than me. It's just, and this is the thing, is youthful arrogance, is you will think you've got all the answers when you're young. I did. I just thought that I knew everything. I just thought I had it all figured out and I knew what was going to happen, how everything was going to work, and I was pretty close. I got a lot of things right with the Male Advantage and whatever. I knew a decent amount of things, but I'd been through a lot. But for a lot of people to just like, just to look at things and be like, for example, I'm coming at 30 at the end of August. When I say this to people and I talk about like my situation and how much money I'm making and what I've done, there's a few guys in the comments that are like, by the time I get to Chris's age, I'm going to be a millionaire. And I'm like, I hope you do, but you probably won't be. You just probably won't be. Okay, but to watch this at 18... you've got that youthful arrogance where you're like, well, that's 11 years away, 12 years away. Yeah, of course I'm going to be at that stage at that point. And it's like, but you just don't know what slaps you in the face. You don't know how hard it is to start. You don't know how hard it is to just come up with a good idea. You don't know how hard it is to make the correct decisions with your money, to not get something that fucks you up along the way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, young people, just take this piece of advice. You've got no evidence to go on. You've not experienced it before. You've not gone through it before. You've got nothing to go on. It's like black hole theories. Oh, what we think black hole. We don't know. We have no idea. But nobody's ever been in one. Nobody's ever, the afterlife. When you die, where you go is like, don't be arrogant. You have no fucking idea. Nobody knows where you go when you die. Do you know what I mean? It's just like such an arrogant viewpoint. And there's a lot of young people with that, where they've not got the experience. They've not gone through what they need to go through. And they're basing all their arguments, their beliefs, their... Just shut up and listen. That's my advice, is just shut up and listen. Just sit back, keep your mouth closed, and just take everything in. Because it's just such an easier way to avoid mistakes. Because like the young guy with the biggest mouth, who's got the biggest opinions, which was me, will fuck up a million times. You know, just shut up, listen to the people that are older than you. They're not perfect. They've made their own mistakes too. We're all babies just raising babies, right? But life experience is massive. It's just massive. Just to, like, for example, you could be 18 and you see one of your friends crying because he's going through a breakup and you're like, such a pussy, I would never do that. Then you fall in love and you go through your own breakup and you're like, just bawling your eyes out. You just don't know until you get there. You don't know how you're going to react. Like, oh, if somebody punched me, I'd be like, are you sure? Okay. Get in a street fight. Somebody punches you, it hurts. But, oh, you ran off. What do you say? If somebody punches me, you what? Like, you don't know until you're in these scenarios. And it's youthful arrogance. And it just makes you vulnerable to so many risks. Young people, you don't have any evidence based on what you're talking about. Like, I didn't have any evidence of the male advantage, but over time it came together. Prediction came right. But there's a lot of things that people say, and it's like, what are you basing that on? Like, what I saw a girl before say something like, oh, if you're 26 years old and you're not with somebody long term, then you're obviously a weirdo. And it's like, lady, how old are you? And she was like 18 years old. Get to 26 and let me know the same thing. Just let me know how you get on. Oh, but I guarantee by 26 I'll be married with kids. It's like, just let me know. Get to 26 and we'll have a chat again. She gets to 26, she's single, she's had a baby and the dad's left her. It's like, you have no idea. You have no idea until you actually get there. You know, so that would be my advice to you guys. Just shut up. Just listen to people who are older than you, who have experienced things that you want to do with your life, or they're in a position that you want to be in. And like, have goals, have dreams and whatever, but don't expect too much. You know, because you will just be fucking massively disappointed. It's like, people have asked me, and I need to do the Q&A very soon. There was one question I've written down, which was, how do I deal with being unsuccessful and young? Well, you deal with it by understanding it's very normal. Like, oh, I'm 23 years old and I'm not successful. It's like, who is? Who is? Like, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. But, and then if I said to that person, up to about the age of 28, before my crypto really popped off, I was doing okay. I had like good adult money. I had like a job that was like 50k per year. Before the crypto thing, I didn't have a ton of money. So I was like 28 before things really popped off. So it's like, and guys used to be like, by the time I'm 28, I'm going to be a billionaire. It's like, I used to say the same thing. I remember being like 11 years old and being like, by the time I'm 21, 22, I'm going to have like 10 million in the bank. I'm going to have a Ferrari. I had depression at 21, 22. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was going to be a footballer. No, I had depression. I was broke and had depression. Felt like shit. Just went through a breakup and started losing my hair. Didn't see that one coming, guys. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes, you know, dream big, hope for the best, but just know that none of us are that different. None of us are that different. Nobody's that special. Like, that 121-year-old multi-millionaire, he's so rare. He's so rare. It's probably not going to be you, okay? So don't take it too hard on yourself. And just that youthful arrogance, you have nothing to go on. You have no evidence to base it on. Yet you're drawing massive conclusions. It's like when I was young, I was a massive conspiracy theorist. Everything's a conspiracy. As I've gotten older, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not true. Now that I think about it logically, how could that be true? Like, now that I've got the evidence of this and this, and now that I've actually done a little bit of that myself, yeah, that's probably not a conspiracy. I can see why that's how, yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Things just unfold as you age, okay, guys? So it's like, it's a nice little life lesson for you there from somebody who's probably 10 years older than whoever's watching this, okay? Okay guys, we've got a bunch of products here at First Man. We've got our men's lifestyle supplement, which is everything that a man needs on a daily basis. We've got our natural diuretic supplement, Defined, which allows you to get an angular face, removes all the water, especially good for summer. We've got our Male Advantage book, which is a paperback. You can order this, or you can get this in audiobook format or ebook format. We've got our Better Looking Man course, which I'll bring up pictures on screen now. And we've got my personal diet plan and fitness plan in ebook format.